Have you ever met someone in their 50s who said, "Man, I wish I had learned this 10 years earlier"? You probably have. And the crazy part? They're not talking about rocket science, quantum physics, or coding. They're talking about something so basic, so fundamental, that it's almost invisible until it's too late. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you were just drifting through life? Like you were just checking boxes, job, bills, maybe a family, occasional vacations, but deep down, you knew something was off. Yeah, that's exactly why this video exists. Because there's one thing, just one, that most people only realize after it's already cost them 20 years. And if you can learn this before you're 40, you win the game. Not just the money game, the life game. But the thing is, no one teaches it. School doesn't mention it. Your job doesn't reward it. And most people? They're too scared to face it. But by the end of this video, you won't just know what it is. You'll know how to start applying it today, and why it's the most valuable skill you'll ever develop. Let me tell you a story. It's 1997. A 28-year-old guy named Mark sits in a cubicle, staring blankly at a spreadsheet. He's successful, has a job, a car, a condo, but inside, he's miserable. Not because he's broke, not at all. He's making six figures, but because every day feels like a slow death. The same meetings, the same people, the same fake smiles, the same Sunday night dread. And then one day, something breaks. He walks out. Not in a dramatic movie scene way, quietly. Just leaves. No plan, no backup, just done. Fast forward 20 years. Mark's running a small online company, living by the ocean, working 3 hours a day, and waking up excited every morning. So what changed? He learned how to think for himself. Wait, what? That's it? Yes, that's it. And that's the one thing most people never learn: independent thinking. Now stay with me, because this is not the self-help fluff you've heard before. This isn't about just believing in yourself or following your dreams. This is about learning how to break free from a system designed to keep you in mental autopilot. Because the truth is, the world trains you to be obedient, not original. Think about it. From day one, you're told what to do. Sit down. Raise your hand. Don't question the teacher. Learn this formula. Regurgitate that fact. Get an A. Go to college. Get a job. Work 9 to 5. Retire at 65. No one ever stops to ask, wait, does this actually make sense for me? And by the time most people do ask, it's too late. They've got debt, kids, a mortgage, responsibilities. So they settle. They shrink. They tell themselves stories like, "It's too late for me," or "I'm just not that type of person." But you still have time. The skill you must learn before 40 is this: critical thinking combined with self-awareness. It's the power to pause, zoom out, and ask the hard questions. Why do I believe what I believe? Who benefits if I keep thinking this way? Is this actually what I want, or what I was told to want? Let me show you how this plays out in real life. Story number 1. Meet Sarah. At 35, she's a top-performing executive at a tech firm. From the outside, she's crushing it. But she starts to notice something. Every decision she makes feels safe, predictable, corporate. One day, during a vacation in Bali, she has a random convo with a surf instructor who's living out of a van, making barely enough to get by. But the way he talks about life, freedom, and creativity, it hits her. Not because she wants to be him, but because she realizes she doesn't even know what she wants anymore. 3 months later, Sarah leaves her job. Not because she hated it, but because she'd never even considered there might be a better fit. That's what thinking for yourself unlocks. Options. Now, you might be thinking, that's cool, but I've got bills to pay. I can't just leave everything behind. I hear you. This isn't about quitting your job or becoming a monk. It's about asking, what would my life look like if I actually designed it, instead of just inherited it? That's the difference between living intentionally and existing by default. Most people? They live by default. They do what their parents did, what their friends do, what society praises, until one day they wake up and think, whose life am I even living? You don't want to be that person. Trust me. Let's go deeper. Why is this so hard to learn before 40? Because for the first 20 years of your life, your brain is in download mode. You absorb everything: habits, beliefs, fears, limitations, without question. Then you spend your 20s trying to succeed based on what you absorbed. And by the time you hit your 30s, you're usually too deep in the game to step back and reflect. Unless you force yourself to. Unless you hit pause, not on your job, not on your responsibilities, but on your programming. Here's a challenge. For the next 24 hours, question everything. Why do you wake up at that time? Why do you scroll that app? Why do you say yes to that person? Why do you react that way in traffic? You'll be shocked. Most of what you do isn't conscious, it's conditioning. But awareness is power. And once you start noticing the patterns, you can rewrite them. Let me give you some rapid-fire examples of how this shows up. You think success equals money. But what if it's time? You think productivity equals doing more. But what if it's doing less, better? You think security equals job. But what if it's skills? You think happiness equals comfort. But what if it's challenge? See the pattern? Thinking differently doesn't mean rejecting everything. It means questioning everything. Now, let's talk about regret. The number one regret of the dying, according to a palliative nurse who interviewed hundreds of patients, is this: I wish I had lived a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. Read that again, slowly. Not, I wish I made more money. Not, I wish I bought that house. Just, I wish I had the courage to live my own life. That hits hard, doesn't it? So how do you develop this mindset before it's too late? Here are 3 steps. Simple. Not easy, but simple. Step 1. Audit your beliefs. Write down the 5 biggest beliefs that guide your life. Stuff like, work hard and you'll succeed. Or, it's risky to change careers. Or, I'm not creative. Now ask, is this true? Or is this something I was taught? You'll be shocked how many are borrowed. And guess what? If you didn't choose them, you can change them. Step 2. Study people who think differently. This doesn't mean idolizing billionaires or influencers. It means finding people who zig when others zag. Artists, digital nomads, unconventional thinkers, people who live on purpose. Watch interviews, read memoirs, soak in their mindset, not to copy them, but to expand your concept of what's possible. Step 3. Take micro risks. You don't need to sell everything and move to Costa Rica. Start small. Launch a blog. Start a side hustle. Say no to one thing that drains you. Say yes to one thing that excites you. Each tiny action is like a vote for the life you actually want. And over time, those votes stack up. You'll stop being someone who just reacts to life and become someone who creates it. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with this. There's a version of you out there living a life that feels like you, where you don't need to fake laugh in meetings, where your calendar isn't your prison, where your life isn't measured by promotions, but by peace. And the only thing standing between that version and this one is the decision to start questioning the script. You don't need more time. You need more clarity. And clarity comes from asking better questions. So start now. Start before 40. Start before regret becomes your teacher. Start while you still have time to write a new chapter. Because here's the truth. You can either learn to think for yourself or spend your life living out someone else's dream. The choice? It's yours.